All right, man. Torture Talk. I'm back. Like, share, subscribe to the page. You know what it is. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. Hit the thumbs down if you don't. YouTube is not paying me. So I do what I want. All right. So today's talk, I don't want to say episode because it's not an episode. It's just basically something that been on my mind for the last couple of days, and I've been waiting for it to play out. And it has played out. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. I'm going to play a couple of videos, and I'm going to let y'all know how I feel about this whole situation with none other than Nicki Minaj. And there's a lot of things that Nicki has said that I think will wake a lot of people up. Now, I'm just going to make a disclaimer. This video is not telling people to not take the COVID vaccine. If you need to know about anything COVID related, seek out your health provider. That's it. All right. So, Nicki Minaj has recently came out and post something on Twitter. Now, I'm going to put that on the screen right now and let you guys read what she said. This is the initial tweet. And before we get into anything, before anything goes any further, I'm going to play Joy Reid's reaction to this tweet. Before she got any evidence or anything, she just automatically assumed, like she always do. So I call her Joke Reid because she's retarded. So we're going to play that and come back and discuss.
And people like Nicki Minaj, I have to say this. You have a platform, sister, that is 22 million followers. Okay, I have 2 million followers. You have 22 million followers on Twitter. For you to use your platform to encourage our community to not protect themselves and save their lives, my God, sister, you could do better than that. You got that platform. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that you got that people listen to you. And they listen to you more than they listen to me. For you to use your platform to put people in the position of dying from a disease they don't have to die from. Oh, my God. As a fan, as a hip hop fan, as somebody who was your fan, I'm so sad that you did that. So sad that you did that, sister. Oh, my God.
All right. Joy Reid, everybody. Give her a round of applause. Woo. Joy Reid has to be one of the most stupidest journalists that I ever have witnessed in modern day internet, television, whatever you want to call it. See, it's people like Joy Reid who they want to get out in front of the story so they can actually just promote propaganda. That's all she wants to do. How about this, Joy Reid? And this is the type of stuff that really pisses me off. If you felt that Nicki Minaj has said something out of place, or I ain't going to say out of place because Joy Reid doesn't have that type of power. But if you felt as though Nicki Minaj said something that you disagreed with, why go on television and say all that? You should know better, sister. You should know better. Pointing your finger as if you in control or something. Why you just didn't contact her yourself? And I'm sure you have the power to do that. You know how you could have got hundreds and thousands of followers or millions of followers? Is you could have literally contacted Nicki and said, "Hey, I seen your tweet. Would you like to come on my show and we discuss this? Because I have a little bit of pushback, but I think what you're saying, I disagree with, but I think that people should hear it. We could do it. We could do it via whatever." If she would have did that, I would have respected Joy Reid. But see, Joy Reid is a hypocrite because last year during the Trump administration, she said that she wasn't going to take the vaccine, or she was very skeptical about the vaccine or putting things in her body. The same thing that Nicki Minaj is saying, Joy Reid said last year. I wouldn't take this. I wouldn't trust this administration with these vaccines. Well, guess what, Joy Reid? These are the same damn vaccines from last year. The same damn vaccines. Ain't nothing changed. The same ones. So how is it that you were skeptical about it a year ago from the same administration that you hated, and now all of a sudden, because that administration is not in office, you trust the vaccines now? It's the same vaccines. Ain't nothing changed. And this is what pisses me off about Joy Reid. Because she's just one of those type of people that just creates propaganda and uses her black card to try to justify it. Why? Why are you using your black card to justify anything? You probably don't even deal with black people like that. To be honest with you, most of y'all claim that y'all, the people of color, but y'all deal with other people. Y'all don't even deal with black people. So of course Joy Reid gets sunned by Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj brought up, her saying certain things. So let's get into something that Nicki said, and I'm gonna come back and discuss what she said, and I totally agree with her.
A lot of times lately, I've had to stop myself from speaking freely because my documentary is coming, and I'd rather you guys be able to experience everything the way I'd like you to experience it on the documentary. I'll never go back on Twitter because now it's starting to feel a little scary. I remember when I was a little girl, and I would be taken to church, and sometimes the people in church would tell us, be happy that you're able to praise God freely, because some people in so many countries in the world can't praise the God they'd like to praise freely. They have to hide the Bibles if they are a Christian in some countries, right? And that always motivated me to want to be in church and enjoy church, because I was like, wow, some people don't get this luxury. And what's happening now is I realize slowly but surely we are now living in those places that we used to talk about 50 years ago and 30 years ago and 20 years ago. We have become that place that that you can't speak. You can't speak for the fear of the mob attacking you. If that doesn't give you chills up and down your spine, this is scary. You should be able to ask questions about anything you're putting inside your body. We ask a bunch of questions about the most simple thing. Oh, how that glue work? Do that glue really keep the wig down for how many hours? Oh, because if I go in the pool and if I sweat it off, and but you can't just innocently ask a question about something going in your body. Do y'all realize that I remember going to China and they were telling us, you cannot speak out against, the people in power there, etc. And I remember all of us thinking, oh, okay, well, we understand and we respect the laws here and that it's so different where we live. But don't y'all see what's happening? Don't y'all see that we are living now in that time?
All right. Now, see, here's the thing. What Nicki Minaj just said is absolutely 100% correct. I've been saying this for the past year, 2 years, actually, maybe longer than that. The killing of free speech. Now, you can go look up that video because it's on my YouTube. But this is what I've been saying. Let's just be clear. The mainstream media and the Democratic Party have an agenda. They have an agenda, and if you don't fit their agenda, they're cutting you down. Period. And that's the thing. When it comes down to it, Nicki Minaj is not saying what they want everybody to hear. She's saying what she believes. Now, not one time did Nicki Minaj say that you should not take the vaccine. Not one time. She didn't say that. Actually, she encouraged people. She just said, pray about it, wear a mask, and, consult your physician. She never said not to take the vaccine. She also said something about one of her relatives, someone that she knows, took the vaccine and their private parts swelled up. Now, this is how powerful Nicki Minaj is, right? And people might laugh and say, oh, that's not true. There's only one reason why Nicki Minaj, they're coming at her like this. It's because she has about 200 million followers between all her platforms, right? Maybe about 150, but you get what I'm saying. She has more than all of them probably combined, right? She has probably more than all the politicians combined. Not all of them, but a good percentage of the ones that we know of. She probably has them beat. Her words are very powerful. And when I tell you, her influence is much more than theirs. I would go as far as saying, on the immediate surface, her influence is probably more powerful than the top people in the Democratic Party. Now, I'm not saying the whole party. I'm not saying the whole movement of the Democratic Party. But the top people of the Democratic Party, Nicki Minaj's movement on the surface is much more bigger than theirs. So her words travel, and she says things that I think that can hurt the initial thing when it comes to the pandemic or whatever you want to call it, right? Here's the thing. When she's talked about freedom of speech being taken away, like certain parts of the world, she's absolutely right. Because they started with they've been doing it, but they started big with the big person was Trump. That's what they started with when they blocked Trump. Y'all should have knew right there that it's a problem. If you can block a sitting president from a platform and everybody agrees with it, off of what he said, he never said anything that was crazy, but just things that y'all disagree with, you should know who they're working for. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be a Trump lover. I'm not saying that you have to be whatever. But there's no way in the world Facebook should be working with Twitter, working with YouTube, taking people off platforms. Now, people might say, oh, well, it's their platform. It's their platform. Well, if it's their platform, they need to treat it that way because there's other people who I would disagree with should not have a platform, and they have it. The Taliban has a platform. How does that make sense? But again, it is what it is. It's free, but you gave the power to them, and that's what it is. So her saying that, people got to understand what is being pushed, what the propaganda is being pushed. I'm going to play this other clip by Tucker Carlson, and we'll come back and discuss.
But it's not anything to do with the physical effect of the vaccine that makes our political class mad. It's the last part of Nicki Minaj's tweet that enrages them. The part where she says you should pray on it, make the decision yourself like a free human being, and, quote, don't be bullied. So our media and public health officials didn't like this because they make their livings bullying people. So they couldn't let it stand.
All right. Now, you seen that. And I respect Tucker Carlson. Actually, I'm going to say this. Tucker Carlson is one of my favorite when it comes to journalism, right? Now, people might say, oh, well, Tucker Carlson used to work and he said on this side, he worked on this side. Listen, out of all of them, every one of them that I watch, and I watch all of them. I watch Joy Reid. I watch Don Lemon. I watch Chris Cuomo. I watch Rachel Maddow. I probably watch more MSNBC than I watch Fox, to be honest with you. Every one of them, Tucker Carlson is the only one, to me, that doesn't seem like he's forcing an agenda on you. Every one of them talk crazy. Every one of them. They all talk crazy. They all talk down to you. Joy Reid with her finger. Don Lemon calling people stupid for not taking the vaccine. That's what I'm saying. Let's be clear. This is what it is. So when you have people like that, you can't tell me nothing. When you have people that's talking down to you, then they wonder why people don't want to take the vaccine. Here's the reason why. Because y'all did all last year. Y'all told people that it's Trump's vaccine and y'all wasn't going to take it, and we would really be skeptical. Now Trump's not in office and y'all expect people to jump to take it after y'all was the same ones telling people not to take it. Or y'all wouldn't take it. Or you don't know if you would take it. Y'all was on the fence about it. Now y'all saying y'all reassuring people. How is that? How are you reassuring people? People are not reassured because people have this feeling that if they can still take the vaccine and still get COVID, then what do you think they're going to think? Oh, well, why would I take it? Now, I'm vaccinated, and I would encourage people to get vaccinated. I'm not going to force you to. I can't. Well, I'm not going to beat you down and tell you to go do it. I'm just saying, for me, I thought it was a better choice. Why is it that people can't have a choice? Remember, my body, my choice. What happened to that? So now when it comes to the vaccine, you're mandating people to take it. You're telling people if you have companies, if you have more than 80 workers or 100 workers, you have to mandate the vaccine or people got to test 2 times a week. But wait a minute. So how does this make sense? 67%, over 60% people got both shots in America. This is what they're saying. This is on the CDC's website, right? 75% people took 1 dose. How are you still trying to mandate people to take the vaccine? I thought that when you reached over 60%, you said you were good. They saying that almost 200 million people got the vaccine. There's 360 million people in America, or something like that. So how is it that you mandating people to take it? And you know who that hurts the most? Black people. Because black people are the ones, most of us, that are skeptical about it. Because that's what they put in our head. They put that in our head. So we're skeptical. So most people, what's going to hurt is black people. That's who's going to hurt. All these mandates, it's going to hurt black people. It's not going to really hurt white people because a lot of white people and a lot of Asian people, they went and took the vaccine. But a lot of black people, they don't want to take it because they look at it like, well, I don't know what I'm putting in my body. Now, I always had some pushback with that, but still in all, it is what it is. But this is what I'm saying. I stand with Nicki Minaj. Not for the fact that I'm a reviewer. And Nicki Minaj is hip hop. And I don't stand with her because of hip hop. I stand with Nicki Minaj because she is the perfect example of someone who's powerful, is using their platform for freedom of speech. And people could say, well, you can't say whatever you want to say on other people's platforms. Well, they also can't let you use their platform and basically make money off of you, which Nicki Minaj has probably brought millions of dollars to Twitter, and they haven't paid her a check. Twitter hasn't gave her a check. Instagram and none of them gave Nicki Minaj a check. So it's an even exchange when it comes to somebody like her. You have, obviously, she has over 100 million followers. So if she has over 100 million followers, guess how many people that she influenced to come to Twitter? Probably more than Jack Dorsey himself. Nobody probably follows Jack Dorsey. He may have 1 million, or might not even probably that. But Nicki Minaj has more followers than him probably. That's what I'm saying. And these people don't appreciate these people. They don't really care for these people. Freedom of speech. Do I think Nicki Minaj went about it the wrong way? No. I think she showed people with the perfect example. She's the perfect example of somebody who, like her, can be popular, and this is what can happen to you. Now, I don't know if she's back on Twitter or not. I didn't look. But I do know that she said something, and she's so powerful. Her words carry so much that she made a whole country do an investigation. Now, the guy said he didn't find anything, leading to that. But if he did, would he tell you the truth? Would he have told the truth? Would he have said, yeah, we found it. We found that fact that, this guy's private parts did swell up. No, he wouldn't have told the truth. He wouldn't have. Let's just be clear. Oh, man. But I stand with Nicki, man. I think that we all should appreciate somebody like her when it comes to freedom of speech. And she's now seeing what we are talking about on the other side. Because I don't know if she was a conservative. I don't know what she was, liberal. I don't know. But I think now she's starting to understand. When you go against the narrative of the mainstream narrative or the mainstream media, they all come after you. And they're saying stuff, people are saying stuff about her that I never thought they would say. Coming at her crazy. All because she said what she said. And she never said, not one time said that you shouldn't take it. She just said, you should look into it. And they don't want you to look into it. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. You know what it is, man.